Great ingredients, served with flair. A perfect combination, like you and Pick n Pay.
So during our cooking segments, we always try to find little interesting ways of making regular dishes very, very interesting to your palate. Like we're going to do today, we're taking fish and prawns and we're going to jazz it up a bit using Knorr's classic white sauce. Of course, joining me in our kitchen, Mr. Chef Tjaart. How are you, sir?
Very well yourself.
You are Mr. Chef Tjaart now.
Mr. Chef Tjaart now.
Mr. Chef Tjaart.
God, going up a couple of notches.
You know what it is. You know what it is. So we make. I'm always kind of dodgy on how to prepare fish because it's such a delicate meat to prepare because you put it on the fire, on the heat, and very quickly it gets right. And if you do it too much,
absolutely. Fish is also very delicate. Take it a very gentle, delicate sort of approach there. Choose your fish very wisely as well, because again, certain cooking techniques work for certain fish there. So again, think of that as well. Now, what we got today, we're going to use some prawns and some hake as well. Great one. We're just going to literally put onto a griddle pan, just literally turn it over once. And done.
That's it.
Okay, we just want a little bit of heat just to start to turn the fish so it actually starts going from a raw state to a cooked state as well. So you just want to start to change it from the translucent to that sort of white or sort of pink sort of texture. Yeah. That's it there. So in terms of ingredients for what we've got here, we make some gorgeous skewers. So I've soaked some bamboo skewers in a bit of water. That stops it sort of all getting all charred and burning on there. We've got some lovely hake fillet. I've got a couple of prawns. Ginger, coriander, a little bit of olive oil. We're going to sort of combine all those components together, and then I'm going to make the actual white sauce component, which is our wonderful classic white sauce from Knorr. I'm going to add a bit of honey, a bit of... What's that spice? Knock. What do you say? Knock.
Cumin.
Indeed.
I had it there.
And we've got cumin there. A little water. We're going to make a little sauce. Done. So in terms of making the skewers, what you're going to help me do right now...
That must be a chef joke, though, right?
It's
is that how they teach you how to remember the...
Not quite how to remember things, I hope.
Cumin.
But part of working overseas, we always used to do that with training with guests. So
all right,
it was always quite a one to sort of try and see who was awake there. Right, anyway, caught Tjaart as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Right,
cool.
So we've just got some lovely dices of our hake fillet and our prawns. And all we need to do, and you can help me make this as well.
Cool. What kind of prawns are these, by the way?
Sorry?
What kind of prawns are those? Are they prince prawns, princess, king, queen?
These are sort of looking sort of as a queen prawn. So
okay.
They're nothing massive, but again, it's a nice size to actually work with, and nothing too sort of fiddly or anything like it at all. So skewer it so it sort of looks to that effect there. Absolutely very nice. Yeah. And then take a piece of your hake and then just keep alternating it.
Fish kebab.
It is indeed a fish kebab. Absolutely. So there we go.
Fish sausage, just to say.
Or fish
Afrikaans, yeah.
Right. And I got an extra one on top there. And there we go. How simple, how quick, how easy is all that
amazing
together there? You can put a bit of extra sort of white fish on there if you want there.
I'm going to do that.
You can get carried away. Put a little extra components there. And that's done. So in terms of the actual marinade of what we want to do to actually get all these wonderful flavours really starting to work together is a little bit of olive oil.
You can never do without olive oil in the kitchen.
Oh, not at all. You've got to use olive oil. And again, remember, this is the fat component to our actual fish.
Yes.
Now, remember things like your prawns, very, very high in cholesterol, believe it or not.
Oh.
So be aware of that there. Again, it's all about talking about balanced diet. Make sure you have that balanced diet. You don't want to eat them excessively, but believe it or not, very high in cholesterol.
Okay.
But again, the fat content, saturated fat content of actually trying to use of cooking them is very little. So that's why we've got the actual oil there. A little bit of ginger in there as well.
That's going to give it a nice little fresh flavour.
And then we're going to take some wonderful coriander as well.
Okay.
So, coriander. In there, we're going to just sort of scrunch it all up. We're going to chop it up. And just going to add that in there. So I'm just put my griddle pan on so it gets nice and hot. So I really want to sear these guys off.
All right. And while you're doing that, let me tell everyone at home, if you're looking for the ingredients to our recipe that we're making this morning, SMS the keyword fish to 33728 and you'll have it sent to your mobile phone. You get the shopping list, the method, the entire thing right there, so you know how to make it tonight when you're at home.
And how's that? Really simple. I'm going to put a little more olive oil into here as well. So that's the actual marinade component, which we're just going to smear over our gorgeous pieces.
Wow.
And let's just take that and ooze that off there. Just drizzle all of that there. Those extra pieces, always, those are the chef's pieces. Those are the secret pieces in the kitchen. So waste not. Absolutely. You know, you've got to try it and just make sure it's all right before you send it to your guest there. So smear that on there.
All right.
And again, just turn it over and just baste it that side as well.
And I know that from a nature conservation point of view, there's the sassy list of fish.
Indeed.
Where does hake fall? Is it on the green list?
Hake's on the green list, yeah.
On the
so
green
you're absolutely safe using hake, all from sustainable sources as well. And again, there's lots of different things. Just read the notes from on Sassy there, and you'll be absolutely fine. And again, that's all a personal choice to make the green, the orange, and obviously red stick completely and clearly away from there.
Yeah.
So that's the actual marinade component. Now, in terms of the sauce component, let's actually make this up there. If you can just snip that open with your
I can't wait until we get bigger scissors on espresso.
Bigger scissors, please, Zola, please. I have a dream that one day we'll all have big scissors. All right.
Right. You just take your little snip scissors and pour that.
Okay, there you go. So we have the classic white sauce. Classic white sauce.
All everything's in there. I mean, classic white sauce is your flour, butter, which you make your roux, and then your milk component.
Yep.
Done. These are a few extra flavour components, and we're just going to pour that straight into there. If you can.
Because I know some people go up to the lengths of actually making it from scratch, but there's no need to when you have an already made classic white sauce.
I just done very quickly. And look at it, gorgeous. Honey. Right, and then some cumin. Right, come into my bowl there. And
please just repeat that joke again for people that have just tuned in. How do you know that it's cumin powder? What do they say to you?
Well, what's that spice that you, when you sort of hear that?
Come in.
Knock, knock.
Cumin.
Cumin. Indeed. Right, we got our sauce component all mixed up. Now, come. Whisk.
Yes, sir.
Whisk. Right, pan on.
On the whisk.
And let's just sort of toss those once more. And let's pop those straight on. Yeah, nice sizzle. Oh, God,
yes.
It's a happy pan indeed. God, I like a happy pan.
All right, there we go.
And let's pop that straight onto there. Okay, and again, pop it down. And again, all important, leave alone. I've got your little chef tip bits here if you want.
All right, yes. I'm trying to break up all the little lumps that might be here, but there aren't any anymore.
No,
I think I've taken care of all of them.
Brilliant. So we like to...
There we go.
How simple, how easy. Now, fish is a great one because you can actually see it cooking up the sides there. So if you have a look there, you can start to see it actually starting to turn a little bit more sort of white sort of coloration there.
Yes.
So going from translucent there. Really important to actually see that there. And again, great indicator. You turn that now, you don't know how far it's cooked. And that's where we end up overcooking our fish there. So what I want to do is I want to cook that at about 2/3 of the way up.
Okay.
Turn it over and then remove it off the heat. And allow the residual heat to actually finish cooking.
Oh, right. All right, cool.
In a top restaurant, if you actually plate your fish has got about 2 millimeters still to actually cook.
Yes.
But because of the residual heat, the time the waiter takes from the kitchen to the dining room table, it finishes cooking.
Cooks through.
And then is perfectly cooked. So it's
Can
all
you
about
believe
last
that?
minute, absolutely. So you can actually see it cooking up the sides there, and that's what you want there. So really simple. I'm going to leave those on there for another couple of minutes there, and as always, a couple of extra ready there. So look at these wonderful sort of charred flavours on there that we've got there.
Did you just say those wonderful charred flavours? Like,
well, charred flavours, the whole combination,
Man.
all working together as always.
You're on it today.
Indeed. And what we're going to do here now is literally plate it up. It's simple. It's going straight from here, put it onto there. Fish doesn't need that sort of time to really relax completely like your beef, your lamb does, and your chicken there.
Oh, okay.
This just serves straight up. And again, that short time of it going from the kitchen to the table will allow it to relax very slightly, and you have that perfectly cooked fish there. So I'm quite happy there. Still that snap, crackle, and pop sort of episode going on there, which I like. And once it's turned over, ready to serve, let's just plate that.
It's cool how you said, like when you're cooking the one side of it, you wait for it to go about 2/3 up. You can actually see how it becomes whiter and whiter.
It's becoming whiter and whiter. Just shows you. And you can see the prawn starting to change a little bit of colour as well. If I lift it, it's still slightly sticking there. I wanted to create that little seal there.
Okay.
Now, let's just finish this off because we've got some more pre-made there. I'd like you to take the sauce and just spoon that very generously.
Okay, I want to do that.
Over. Yeah.
I'm doing it chef style to make it
Come
look
on,
nice,
chef style,
isn't it?
sort of, let's get carried away. Be brave, bold. Oh, there we go. Lovely
yes,
movement.
Look at that.
And again.
Okay.
Do it again.
La 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 la.
Very nice.
La, la.
Okay, as much as little as you like there. Now, I'm just going to zhuzh it up and take it up another notch there. A little bit of texture and a little bit of pine nuts. Oh, getting all those wonderful flavours, that wonderful sort of crunch, that nuttiness coming through as well. A little fresh coriander if you wanted as well. What more do you want? I think it's just great.
This is amazing, man.
I think it is fantastic. Really simple. Coriander, you could have just broken on the top there, just with that bit of colour. We all wanted some sort of silly little garnish to go on top there.
Yeah.
Hey, again, pick and pair's a wonderful selection of herbs. Go crazy.
Amazing,
Enjoy.
amazing. I got to get into this as well. I'm going to go into that little... This is the chef's piece. We've termed it the chef's piece.
Absolutely.
So we're allowed to give it a bit of a
sauce in there.
Sauciness there. La la la
Oh,
la.
lovely.
Man alive.
Right.
So easy that was that sauce to make.
It was. God.
Okay,
I love this. We've got
take
those
this
juices there. I'm just taking some bread and brushing it in there. Good. Good enough. Fit for a king.
Yes.
I'm going to break off a piece here.
So tender, so juicy, so...
Oh, you got that.
the flavour.
You got that wonderful ginger. You got that wonderful coriander coming through. It just works. You got that wonderful sauce as well. Adding that voluptuous, that creamy sort of note to it as well. What more do you want?
Sir, as always, thank you very much.
Absolute pleasure.
It's like a symphonic orchestra in my mouth. Beautiful. Try it out at home. The keyword to SMS is fish to 33728. Do try it at home and let us know on our Facebook website, or our Facebook page rather, what you think of this wonderful recipe. Thank you, Mr. Tjaart.
Thank you very much.
Stay with Espresso and SABC3.